So what are some of the like, is there particular kind of principles? I guess the structure is kind of already there when you're working for a big studio, but is there any kind of principles that you use to keep your own practice going or that you had to use while you're in the studio to kind of keep your flow going?
Um, uh, just I guess I always be willing to learn. I mean, I think I really took to the animation industry when I got there, and um, just being surrounded by so many other talented people, and that's actually how I sort of, when I first started, on Simpsons, like I said, I did character layout, so we were handed storyboards to work off of, and I was always there were a couple artists whose boards I always thought were so cool to look at, and I already had an interest in storyboarding, but I really had no experience at it. So um, that after a few years at Simpsons, I started kind of working my way to a storyboard position. Um, Unfortunately, at Simpsons, there was only just like a few spots, and the guys that did it back then were pretty settled into their position, so there wasn't really an opening for a storyboard artist. Um, but yeah, I'd say I never assume you know everything you need to know.
Yeah.
um, Always I mean, to this day, I'm still learning. Boarding on Simpsons is one thing. They definitely have a Simpsons way of doing stuff. But you go to feature and it's a different mindset. You got to treat your boards more cinematically, and um, think in a more like an action. The camera isn't locked down, and you can really move the camera around and explore the shots. So um,
Hmm.
yeah, it's a different way of thinking.
So, is that's pretty much 40 around 40 hours a week for you then, yeah?
Easily, yeah.
Maybe
If
50.
if the if the like this, we just recently did a parody episode. I won't mention the show that we parodied, but it was definitely a switch in style as far as the way that we normally do the show. And when you throw a monkey wrench in the system like that, you know, prepare to work late nights, because it just to get your head wrapped around it usually takes a few days just to get acclimated.
Do you feel like do you feel like you're getting kind of your creative juices going and your kind of creative needs met working on The Simpsons, or do you maintain a pretty hefty kind of personal practice?
I I like Simpsons because it provides me, the financial means to pursue anything else care to do. I don't, I, I'm I like so many other things that I'm not just wanting to paint or do stuff like that. I mean, I was going to show you some. I'm a big fan of Halloween.
Yeah, let's see it. I see something in the background there looking pretty
That's
freaky.
well, there's a lot of things back here are freaky, I guess. But this is for Halloween last year. I did a pirate uh, kind of a Pirates of the Caribbean spoof
Whoa.
type thing. So I had like a couple cannons. So my brother actually carved the cannon. He did it out. He had a giant, oh, what's that called? Wood lathe machine. So
Oh, wow.
he made the body part, but I had to go through and insert these LEDs. I was trying to show. I don't know if you can see. There's LEDs.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Put a
What's
fog machine in the back end of this thing.
Oh, cool.
So I had like a cannon. I had like two cannons, like a whole show of pirate ship and a fort in my front yard,
Nice.
with a whole like little show. But I mean, I will spend almost all my free time thinking about, oh, what am I going to do next year?
Okay. Okay. Cool.
So, it's like, but having a full-time job like this allows me to spend money on dumb stuff like this.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and, uh, and I am lucky enough to have a supportive wife who appreciates my interest. And
Nerding out.
so she's behind me all the way on this.